Oh, my pussycats. Leo, Leo, Leo. The cards that have come out for your reading to get us started. I pulled out Oracle cards to get us started. We'll do the tarot together. You, okay. I feel like I'm looking at, you've gotten yourself into a situation here with someone who is exceptionally superficial. Exceptionally. This is all that glitters is not gold kind of energy that you've gotten yourself involved with here. Um, with someone. Now, for some of you, this could be somebody that you're married to. This could be somebody that you started something romantically with. This could be a friend. This could be a work situation. It's in some, there's karmic energy all over this. And it's, which, like when there's karmic energy in it, just to kind of clarify that, right? Like it's really easy to say it, but when, and karma is energy that goes, plays in and out with us. But when I say it like this, in the context of that, is that there are complicated, complicated and intricate ways that you and a situation or a person have been interwoven. Okay, you have been and it. You can release yourself from this, but it's not like a snap of the fingers. Like there's effort that's required in this, and usually it's learning and applying and learning and applying and then understanding consequences. Hindsight is 2020. Like all of that comes in with like getting out of something that could be heavily karmic. This there's something here. You know what? Honestly, this could even be like, it could be a cell phone provider contract. For all I know, really, like it could be. Because I haven't pulled tarot. I'm going to show you the cards in a second, but I just kind of want to talk about it while the energy is just like fresh, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like it could be like you could have walked into to buy a new cell phone or something like that, and you got a new contract. It was like, oh, this is amazing. Everything, you didn't see the small print. I don't know about you, but I noticed this. One of the cell phone providers here, or internet provider, whatever the hell you want to call them, Rogers, Rogers here, and I don't know if they're all over Canada or just in Ontario, but anyways, a couple years ago, I noticed that they changed. Like if you had locked in a plan with a provider, that was good for a year. So if you switched to go to another provider because it was lower, you had that for a year. And then you know what? It could go up, but it's up to you to shop around again and try to find something. I noticed that they switched it, that within, I think it was within 3 months of signing a contract with them, that they had legal right to raise that price up. I noticed that in itty bitty tiny print one day, and I thought, those son of a bitches. What are they? Because right, is trying to get people to go to them. Oh, it's cheaper, but only for 3 months. Well, who wants to do it for 3 months? See, that's kind of like, that's all glittery. Oh yes, it's going to be cheaper. It's going to be, you're going to have so much data. You can have all of this. I don't know what it is. Like all the glitter is not gold in some sort of situation that you find yourself in. So, okay, I'm gonna just show you the cards that come out. We're gonna keep talking about it. So you have the Venom card, and you have the sea serpent. This feels like something that is containing you. The sea serpent feels very much like something that is containing you. It's interesting. I went in the book because I wanted to double check some of the cards and see if there's any sort of nuance that I was missing, that I was tapping in on my own here intuitively in my own memory on the cards. And it does talk about like being wrapped up in a mother's love. Ooh, that's interesting. It doesn't have to be mother. It could be somebody who had a toxic mother and they have an unhealthy way of loving here or whatever. Okay, that's what you have. Now, what is the situation that you're dealing with? It's very interesting. It is the vow and it is the swan. The swan, you're going to see why, okay, in a minute. The swan is not coming across to me as, well, I will say it very much could be. It could be someone who is, well, what's the term, like somebody who's devoted to you. But I don't know if you want this to be devoted to you. It's someone who could be devoted to you. It could be someone that you can't, an energy, right? Because swans mate for life. I think it's like they're known to be very what the frick is the term for that? Anyways, loyal, I guess, loyal. So a loyal vow, your loyalty to a vow here. But the swan comes across to me as a very superficial. You're going to see the underlying cards that show me how superficial the situation is that you're dealing with, or the person that you're dealing with is. Now, maybe you dropped into some sort of superficial energy and you didn't realize, you know what, there's more depth to me than what I've allowed myself to explore here with other people. And what have I gotten myself into? I feel shallow in this. This is not what I want. Because this can be, to me, this is shallow energy compared to some of the other ones, like the whale going really, really deep emotionally. But what I get with this is that this is a person that will reflect to you what they think they want you to see. I will show up exactly how I think how I think you want to see me. What it is that I think you want to see in a person, right? Like you come to that front desk to get this new cell phone plan, and okay, well, what is it that you want? You tell me what you want, and I'll see how we can create a plan around that for you. It's kind of like that, but if it's a deeper relationship, that's not going to go very well long term. Okay, so the starfish. All right, this is the panther and the starfish are the underline for these oracle cards, okay? The panther can be very aggressive energy. It feels like a hidden energy. There's two sides to the starfish, right? If we've ever flipped over a starfish, you can see there's two distinct sides to a starfish. The starfish can also talk about like our destiny. I do feel like you're involved in something that is destined or fated. You are fated to be involved in a situation that you are involved in. You can carve your own destiny out of that, like what your free will and choices are. To enter it and to free yourself from it. But the starfish it can talk about very superficial. It's pretty on the outside. It's pretty on the outside, but it ain't so pretty on the inside. And I feel like this is kind of like something that is on the inside. Is this panther energy that can be very aggressive. It's like a hidden aggression. A hidden aggression. Okay. And then the two cards that you have, oh no, actually there's three. Yeah, because that's in there. So then the next one is upside down. Okay, you have this underline, you have the cave, the siren, and then the one. Okay, so give me a second with the cave. It looks like the panther, the eyes in there. Okay, I also feel like this is kind of predatory. This is a little bit predatory. There's gotta, okay, I think this is a person that you're dealing with. And I want to say that I feel like based on the cards that are coming out, I feel like that this is a person that is, I mean, I can't diagnose anybody. You can't diagnose anybody, right? I could be way off the mark. For some of you, I might be hitting the bullseye in a second here. But this to me strikes me as a person who has not developed a sense of self properly. Is it? I'm trying to think. There's also there's a part of this person where their natural tendencies and behaviors are not socially acceptable. Is that like a sociopath or a psychopath? I don't know. I can't remember the different one is. Anyways, there's something like that. Like if this person's kind of like thoughts and feelings are not appropriate. They've learned how to behave properly. That's the other thing that I'm getting from this. But there's a darkness in this person that sits in the shadows. But for the most part, it goes completely. It says a sociopath. I think it's a sociopath. I also feel like you're dealing with someone here who doesn't have like deeper core emotions and feelings. Now, the predatory energy I get from this is almost like somebody seeing maybe a person who is vulnerable. You may have ended up in a situation with someone when you were in a state of vulnerability. When and however vulnerable you may have been, maybe you came out of a bad relationship, maybe you were having a financial situation or crisis. I'm hearing crisis. You might have been going through some type of a crisis here. Your guard was down and you were presenting as vulnerable. Even if to most of the world you didn't appear vulnerable, I feel like this person saw it. They're programmed to see it. It's what they look for. It's what they look for all day, every day, and it's the only thing they look for because that's who they can build with. That's who they can connect with. Because if someone isn't vulnerable, it's very difficult for this person to figure out how to get it because they get to know people through weakness. I just feel like I'm channeling like crazy in this reading for you. They get to know people. They get to know you through your weakness. If they can see the weakness readily, now they know how they can get to know you, how they can sort of satisfy something that they think is lacking in your life. How do you want me to show up here? This is how I'm going to show up. Like when you walk to that front desk and you say, I need a new plan for my phone. Okay, well, what, right? What do they always do? What does the salesperson always do? They ask you what you're not happy about. And you think to yourself, okay, if I tell them that, they can, but is it like, I don't know. I feel like 9 times out of 10, like salespeople will often just tell you what they think you want to hear. Then you don't notice all of the small print at the bottom. You see, the small print at the bottom is relevant because that's how you lock into something that, you know what, verbally, that's not what you agreed to. You didn't agree to that verbally, but you signed it. Well, you signed it. Well, you know, yeah, that was, you know, and you know how they're going to say, they're going to, because, you know, you might get your first bill and you're like, oh, wait a second, this is not what they promised it. So you go back to the store and you know what they're going to say? They're going to say, you know what? I didn't realize that plan was no longer being offered. Like it was a sale and I didn't realize my boss changed it. Let me go and talk and see if I can do something. Or here, I'll give you here's a $25 gift. How is a $25 gift card going to, you know, help you if you locked into, I haven't locked into this. Sounds like, I'm just getting this. I feel like you're just like, what the fuck did I just get involved in? Like, that's what this feels like to me. And I want to tell you, because this is an energy that it didn't see you coming. Well, it saw you when you were there and it went, oh, that's somebody I can build with. Because I want to say this energy is probably most of the time pretty lonely. Because it doesn't understand who it is itself. Okay. So then the siren, right? That's just it. All that glitters is not gold. This is something that is very attractive, something that draws you in, but it's not good. It's not good. It could be the death of you. Well, you know, I want to say it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It ends up not being beneficial to you. The siren is an energy that is taking what you have. It's taking what you have. It's taking your energy. It's taking your emotions. It could be taking your finances. Interesting with the 1. Okay. So I also feel like you're dealing with because with the 1 card, this is a sense of ourselves. Like this is having that sense of self and having it to such an extent, like it can be so extreme to truly understand oneself that often it sort of flitters. It's not always a long-term, because life is ever changing and always distracting, and there's things that we need to be aware of and in tune with because we're surviving here in the 3D. So it could be an instance of knowing who you are. So there's also something about someone here wanting to take on you, like be you. I wouldn't call it destiny swap. It's almost like I need a personality here. I need a personality. I need to show up a certain way because they don't know how. I feel like there's some sort of psychosis here that I'm not aware of or I'm not tapping into that I feel like somebody here has. The sense of self is quite lost with this person. Okay, the 1 and the siren. Okay. The other way that I'm getting this, right, because some of these cards are coming off like, how this feels today, this card, like, right, this one. How do you want, I'm going to mirror to you, maybe mirroring you, but it feels more like I'm going to take on how I think you want me to be. It's kind of also like whether you're a man or a woman, if you've been in a past relationship that, if there was any kind of abuse in it, whether it was psychological, mental, physical, emotional, financial, whatever it could have been, don't lead with that. It really, honestly, I wouldn't even bring it up. I mean, you could at some point if you were getting very, very close with someone. But if you lead too soon with stuff like that, these kind of personalities will see what it is that they know you want. Oh, okay, you want someone who does this. You don't want someone who does that. So I will be that person. That is what this is. And there's a vow here with this. So that's the other thing. Like, when I said, like, it could be just like signing a contract to something. The sales rep promised you like the heaven and earth. And when you get your first bill, you don't have the heaven and earth. You just walked into hell. Like, what is this? Right? I don't know. It's some way here you've made a contractual promise. And this contractual promise, maybe it could even, for some of you, it could be verbally. And the heavens are holding you to it. Like, it's like, all right, well, you made that promise or you did that. And that, so there is karma that's associated with it. But, okay, so where I'm going with this is somebody wanting to be, I'm your one. I'm your one here. I'm the one. But that's right. It's got the Siren and the panther behind it. And it's superficial. I mean, I don't think you know, narcissism is obviously really strongly coming through here too. But there's something else. There's more than that here with this energy. So you have the venom. The venom is very difficult. And it's almost like tied into it. It's something that depletes you. It's something that feels like it could swallow you up. Oh my gosh. Right, to have the venom and the Siren is the underline. Like, what in God's name? Here, let's take a look. You see here, this venom card, just so you really understand. This is, what the heck? Now, if this is you behaving this way, I don't think it is. But maybe you're looking to tie someone into something. The poison, the curse, the toxin. Much to our dismay, the venom is always lurking in the shadows in one form or another. Lurking in the shadows. Oh my God. Lurking in the shadows. I told you. That's crazy. Its toxic presence may be found in our relationships, thought, speech, or environment. See, I don't know what it is, but it's there. It's with you. Thankfully, the cycle of purification and detoxification comes so naturally that it is built into our every exhale, right? So that's the other thing. You can get out of this. You can get out of this in whatever way you got into it. We breathe out carbon dioxide and the plants return it to us as oxygen. Archetypal venom is rarely remedied as easily. However, it can come in potent forms and quantities that are deeply damaging to us and to the world. When the venom card appears, there is a harmful substance in our psychic realm that must be identified. Perhaps your words have a sting of poison about them. Perhaps a relationship is slowly draining your reserves. Acknowledgement is the first step. Change is the second, okay? So it is acknowledging that something is not right here. And then once you know what it is, you admit it. I don't think it's you. I think it's something you got yourself into. Maybe it's starting to affect you and how you act, how you behave. Like, you know, like if you're surrounded by toxicity all the time, it starts to seep into you and it starts to kind of take on you. Right? And the change is the next step. The remedy will reveal itself in time and with it forgiveness. Oh my God. So when in the light, this is self-realization through suffering. Like, because it's the self-realization through suffering, like, oh my God, how did I get myself here? What did I sign myself up for? When it's dark, it's unwillingness to find a solution or forgive. When you harm another, you harm yourself. Keep in mind this goes for our earth as well, with cosmic consequences. I need a drink of water. Okay, let's see what the venom is. I'm going to ask what the venom is through the tarot. What is the venom? The Eight of Wands. Are you not able to do something that you want to do? Something has contained you here. Something has, I did that. I put the cards back and the Siren jumped over the one. This Siren energy is really naughty. Lightning strike. Movement. Movement is the venom. Let me get more cards to go with that. Is this the desire to move? Because this feels like contained. that feels like contained, like you're contained. It's wrapped around you. Even if you think about it like a venomous snake, a sea serpent. What tarot deck is that? I'm seeing, is it the Fountain Tarot? I think so. Where there's a person, I think they're blindfolded too. It's darkness in the card. A person sitting and they're kind of blindfolded, and there's all, I think it's the Eight of Swords in the deck, and there's all these swords like right here, and they can't move. Oh, look at that. The Five of Swords, like right, like cutting the serpent in half, because the serpent is something that is containing you. To cut it in half, to cut it out. The Mother of Swords and the Daughter of Swords. Oh, whatever you got yourself into? Okay. I mean, this could even be, like, it could be work, right? Let's say it's something like work, because whatever this situation is, it feels like you're not going to win if you try to get out of it. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like a stalemate. Let's say it's work, right? And let's say, well, you need your work so you can pay your bills, you can pay your mortgage, you can have food on the table, but it's a toxic work environment, right? Like it feels like it would be that, like it's a toxic work environment. And so, well, if you quit, well, now you don't have, you know, that income that you need to keep a roof over your head. Then you have a whole other problem. I feel like you know exactly what this is with the Mother of Swords and the Daughter of Swords. Like, you know what it is. You can see it clearly. It's like you got that first cell phone bill and you're like, what the hell? And then you go back and you look at the contract. Actually, you should probably do it on your phone. Everything's on. You're going to look on the contract. And then you get down to that writing at the bottom. You're like, ooh, what am I locked into here? Because it's almost like it says, well, if you decide to come out of this contract, you are still, you know, required to pay it. So it doesn't matter to be like, what the fuck? So even if I want to get another data plan, I still have to pay this one anyways. Like, what is this? This is frustrating. Okay, tell me the sea serpent. But then, see, the Daughter of Swords too. I want to say there's something that's like, you know, this is like hindsight is 2020. 100% hindsight is 2020 with the situation you find yourself in. The sea serpent. You know, and if this is like a marriage even, right? Like maybe, I don't know, found yourself marrying. That could be somebody here with, I don't know what kind of, there's a psychological issue. Narcissism feels like the least of the problem to me. I mean, it could be a severe narcissism that is what you have yourself involved in here. But, you know, it could be the same thing. Well, like, well, you got to split everything with this person, and then you feel like you may have nothing. But I don't know. It just feels like something is this bad. The sea serpent. The Six of Pentacles. The Ten of Cups. Oh, the Five of Cups. Boy, man, Leo. Man, like, what is this? This is like something that, this was supposed to be great. This was supposed to be, like, yeah. Everything was equal here. Everyone was happy. And then, boom, no. Why do we have the Five of Cups? The sad horse. See, this is the horse that can't come out of the barn. This poor old horse. I see this poor old horse. A story developed for this horse for me with this deck a few years ago. And this is a horse who finds themselves in a barn where they're not well treated. You know, I don't know why people have horses when they treat animals like this. Or maybe something happened. Oh, let's say that. Maybe Not everybody. When an animal ends up in a bad situation, it's not always because the person is a bad person. Like maybe somebody looked after this horse really, really well, and then they suddenly became ill, or something happened to them and they were no longer mobile, and they could only rely on other people to come and do what they asked them to do for the horse, right? They couldn't get out there, and somebody was too lazy. They just made sure the horse had water and food, and yeah, I don't know. But say, you gotta let him out. You gotta let him out of his stall, and then let him go out into the field. Go out into the field. But it's almost like suddenly I feel like this horse, he's excited because somebody's coming. He knows he's going to get his food and he's going to the water, but yeah, I'll eat and drink that later. Well, not a horse will eat first. And then open the stall, and I get to go outside into the sun and eat some fresh grass, and nope. They don't even open. They put the food, they put the water, and then they go. And it's like it keeps happening over and over and over again. And this horse is just really getting depressed because of its situation. The Five of Cups is situational depression. So the horse is getting depressed because of the situation that it's in. I hate looking at that horse, so sad. Okay, why? Why do we have the Five of Cups here? Happiness turned to sadness because of a venom. Right? It's like walking out of the store going, I got the best contract ever for my cell phone. I got the best contract. And then, the birds come home to roost on that one. It's like, no, I did not. The Three of Pentacles. The Four of Cups, because there's a saboteur here. And the Three of Cups. Look at this, right? Somebody's fucking around with your cup. Because there's a saboteur, but the saboteur lets 3 of the 4 cups have access. So that means there's 1 cup here that ain't getting anything. Somebody here who's not getting any emotional validation, or not even, maybe, I don't know what's going on. But there's more, I feel like there's more than one person here. With this Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. On either side of this Four of Cups. There's sabotage energy in this. Totally. Totally. So let's see the vow. This is the situation that you're dealing with. It could be a promise, a contract, an obligation, the vow. The Father of Wands. Okay, well, there's you. Yeah. What else do we have with it? Okay, so tell me more about that. What did you get yourself into here? The Daughter of Cups. Wait, got 2 cards. The Daughter of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Three of Swords. Feels like an unkept promise, or I mean, it's showing the heartbreak, right? Like it's showing the heartbreak and the pain. The Swan. Okay, interesting. The Daughter of Cups, right? These 2 Swan energies. Oh, yeah. Why did that come through? When I was first pulling out the cards, something came, I don't know why it did, but it's coming out now. It's almost like I totally forgot about it as I was pulling out the cards. And it's coming through now. There could be a situation here where somebody's gotten themselves pregnant. Like that is the contract here. Somebody got themselves pregnant. So obviously, like, if you're, well, then that could be you. I mean, if you're the feminine in this situation and you did that, you're not helping yourself. But if you're a masculine, that happened to you, like that would make sense, right? That sort of came through. It was weird when I was first pulling out the cards. And then I kind of got that with this, like, oh, that's the introduction of that. But it's funny, right? Like we have the double swan energy or triple swan. And there's something going on here. There's maybe even, I feel like there's at least one outside source here that you don't have any control over. And it is sabotaging. So tell me about the Swan. the Four of Pentacles, Judgment, the Daughter of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. This is something else that's coming through here. This is for some of you. This is even, you could even be in like a second marriage or relationship, or you could be with someone who is, I almost feel like there's somebody turning somebody else's kids around against them. I don't know what, man. I feel like there's something that you want to do. There's somewhere that you want to go. There's even maybe someone you want to be with or a place that you want to work. There's some, but it's like you can't. And I don't know the particulars of what this situation is, but you can clearly see that you are, if you lose on this end, well, you're going to lose massively on that end, or you might even only get a short-term gain and what the fuck, this energy? I did not expect this for you today, Leo. You guys had, it was such an awesome reading last week, which was just funny, right? It's funny how these are interesting. Like Gemini had such a nasty reading last week, and in this week they had a really nice reading. Well, we're getting for everybody. We have something for everyone every week, because this is tough. So here's the really funny thing, right? Like you're the snake, and I don't mean that. If there's a way that it feels like you have shown up, or like there's something, there could be a situation that you're involved in that is creating toxicity. You can't get yourself out of that situation, and it's almost like you hate it because it makes you look like the snake, which is also a possibility here. I'm hearing extortion. I don't know how bad this gets for some of you, like extortion. Like if somebody is extorting you or blackmailing you. My gosh. The wheel. Well, the underline starts with the Lovers and the King of Cups. And then we have the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. And then it's like all of a sudden everything changed. Beautiful, wonderful path. Let's move so quickly, and then everything changed. It's just like that. Like, and you walk out the door, and a few weeks later, you get the first bill. What happened here? Okay, I'm gonna go do the extended. In the extended, I am gonna ask. I'm gonna use the same decks. I'm gonna ask, what is your greatest accomplishment yet to come? I am gonna ask that one for you. Yeah. And the two options in the description below for following me to the extended if you would like to do that. Thank you so much, Leos. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.